real nice, and she was very religious, and you know, she just didn't cut up and act up. I mean, she's a good person.
Lord, I'm just sitting here looking over my life, Lord. Let me take inventory. Can I take it? Can I take it? 'Cause I know you. I know you. I know you've been good to me, Lord. I come from a poor family. We didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. Come from a poor family. We didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. Come from a poor family. We didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me. Let me tell y'all something. I didn't have no money.
My favorite childhood memory. Well, when Christmas comes. Yeah, when Christmas comes, Mom will be cooking all them good cakes and pies. That's we got a chance to eat as much as we wanted to eat. We got a chance to drink some sodas and all of that. Yeah.
Listen here, Mama and Daddy, they done the best we could. They always told me, son, always be good. But I don't know.
Yeah, he was a hard-working man. When he died, he done built I don't know how many houses and stuff. He built the house that we moved in back there. He built that. And he built the house in Porterville, and that's where he died at, in Porterville. He built that house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a good carpenter. Right there where my mama used to have a house.
Right here?
Yeah, she was a house woman and field woman. She picked cotton, she chopped cotton, she cooked, she canned, made clothes for us and stuff. She was a hard working lady too.
When I met George and I got in the family, Miss Young was one of the greatest women that's ever lived. When it came to the Bible and helping people come to the Lord, now when I met her, she was already saved, already filled with the Holy Ghost, always anointed, and she always had a word for other people to be encouraged to give their life to God. She was very strict. She was very in sound doctrine and holiness. She believed if you were saved, you were saved, and if you wasn't. She didn't care who you were. She didn't make no difference in nobody. She always told you the buck naked truth. If you were doing wrong and saying you were saved, she said, you ain't saved if you do that. She said, I don't care what nobody told you. Who told you you could be saved and live like that? I said, well, nobody. I thought the Bible. She said, no, the Bible ain't told you that. She was very, very obedient to the Word of God. That's the best way I can put it.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't make no difference than me and none of her children.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she told her daughter Petty, she told George and me and everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't make no difference. She did not compromise the Word of God with anybody.
Mm-mm.
And she said, if you're going to be saved, be saved. She believed in you doing what the Bible teaches. Now, Mr. Young, I knew him a little bit. He used to come around the house, our house, at Christmas time. He had saved up a jar of pennies and nickels and dimes. He would throw them out in the floor and let George children get them. He wanted to see them scuffle over. He said, whatever you get is yours. And all my children dived down there in the floor. Now, my last children was born, I think Earl was my baby at the time. And they would dive in the floor and get them. That's mostly what I remember about Mr. Young. He did that every Christmas for George's children. Every Christmas. He didn't miss a Christmas until he got sick. But Miss Young can cook what you talking about. I can taste the biscuits in my mouth right now. Take them greens and cornbread I'll eat. That woman could cook so good that biscuit bread melt in your mouth. George and Neely was so hungry and jealous, they did not want to share their mama with nobody.
Yes, it did. There have been times in my life, oh, help me, Lord. Seems like every time that I got a nickel, I had to spend a dime.
We left there when I was about 8 years old. Well, when we left late at night with a homemade heater in the back of the wagon to keep warm by. Came to Missouri with me and Alberta, and Sammy was the baby. All the way to Portersville, Missouri, and that's where we lived at.
Lord, ain't God good tonight? Ain't God good tonight? Ain't God good tonight?
We worked the land and got it all cleaned up and raised crops on it and everything and on it. And well, me and my brother and my older sister and mama, we folk cleaned the land up. We got the land cleaned up, and then we planted cotton, we planted corn, and Daddy got sick. He couldn't walk, and so he had mules, and he would ride along on the mule and show us what to do. And Mama would plow the ground, make the rows up, and plant the rows, cotton rows and corn and stuff like that. And we made the crops, and we raised crops on it for quite a few years and stuff. And then they come in and told us we had to move, and we had to move and get out after we done all that hard labor and stuff for so many years. And that's what happened with that. The land belonged to the government, and they told people that they could clean that land up and work it and build houses on it if we wanted to. And after we got it done, then so many years, then they come in and they took it back. The government did it. Well, we moved to let's see. No, we didn't move right there when he told us to get out. It was a while before we found another place to move. And we lived there, and it came a high water. They called a riverbed. They called it a riverbed because it was low land, and we stayed on there. And that year, it came a flood, and the water got. There's a white man called Sherrod lived down the road from us, and it rained and rained, and the flood came, and then it turned around and froze over with ice, and then it came that big rain and flood and stuff, and the water got up in his house. He was in the bed asleep, and the water got up in his house, and he turned over in the bed, and when he turned over in the bed, his hand went downside the bed and went in water. And he jumped about the bed, and he came down to Daddy's house, because the water wasn't up where we lived at. He came to Daddy's house, and he asked Daddy, could he help him and get him out. Daddy told him, he said, no, I can't do that. I can't swim. I can't come down there, no. So he went on back home and stuff, and he left his wife at home. She was saved. She was a Pentecost lady. He went on back home, and they stayed there, and the water didn't get no higher in the house. So they got in a part where the water wasn't at, and they stayed there. And the next day, this man called Slim came from Portersville with a boat, and he came in there and he moved him. he moved them out, took them to high ground. They took everybody to Charleston, I think, up there. They had a place up there. They took them down. So Daddy here, he said, well, he said, if the water get up, go get up in closer to my house, he said, I'm gonna build me a raft, and I'm gonna get on that, and we gonna go out. We gonna get out of here before the water get up in our house. And so Daddy built the raft. He built it out of the wrong wood. He went down there and tried it out in the water and stuff, and it sunk. And the raft sunk. And he was talking about putting all us on there and taking us out to high water. He's going to take us out, and then he's going to come back and he's going to get his hogs and put them on there and take them out and stuff. But the thing didn't work. And so the next day, the man come back in there and he got us. And he took us to high ground where we could walk.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was ice. Daddy had took our shoes and got tacks, some long tacks, and drove them through our shoes. So when we walk on that ice, we wouldn't slide. And we were walking and going on down there. If we'd have failed and slid, the ice would have broke. That shallow ice we'd have went up in that deep part there. So we'd walking along there, and Mama Chief, Daddy had the baby on his shoulder, and we was holding on to Mama walking, and we were just sliding and going on, but we never just sliding a whole lot. And so we went to my uncle's house in Porterville, and that's where we stayed at until the water went down. And when the water went down, we moved back there. So that was, I think that was in 1937, I think it was. That was kind of scary. Yeah. When I was 13, me and Mama was working in the field. She went home to cook dinner, and we were singing and going on, and she went home to cook dinner, and I was still singing, and that's when I got saved out there in the cotton field. Daddy got scared. He got scared. He went home. He told Mama, he said, Florida, all these out there rolling around on the ground, and she done pushed down, looked like a half an acre cotton. And some of them, they was up a little piece from me in the cotton field. And they told Daddy, Daddy, all these dying. Daddy, she dying, Daddy. She dying. I'd say that I think Mama was 60 when she received the Holy Ghost, got saved. Yeah. He just walked around the house peeping at me. I guess he just didn't understand it, you know. Me and Alberta was the first one got saved. Me and Alberta and Juke's oldest sister.
I want a Sunday kind of love.
I had been liking them for years when we was going to school. I was liking them, but some other girl was liking him, and he was liking her, so he went into the service and came home on a furlough. When he came home on a furlough, she done been with a married man, dating a married man. So he broke up with her, and then he started writing me. So he started writing me, and so when he came home on the furlough, then he came to see me. He didn't see her no more. He came to see me. So that's how that got started. Coming home on on a furlough every other month. Then he asked me would I marry him.
I need a Sunday.
I told him, yeah, I guess so.
Is that how you said it? You guess so?
We lived with his parents
Okay.
until we got a house. How old? I got married when I was 18. Yeah, we picked cotton in the wintertime. We snap cotton, called snap cotton. When you pick the big bowls off and the little bit little bowls roll them up, and the little bit little round knot bowls, they call that snapping cotton. You just pull that off, put it off the stalk, and put the hull and all in the sack. Yeah, call that snapping cotton.
So there was field work to be done year round.
Yes, still work to be done year round. Out there in the ice. Ice on the ground. You dragging that sack down through the field.
So you did cotton a good portion of the year. What other stuff did you pick out of the fields?
That was it, cotton.
It was just cotton all the time, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But they use people for the cotton.
Yeah. Till they got the cotton pickles.
Yeah.
People didn't pick cotton no more then. They hit a 9 foot and they hit a 10 foot. They hit a 8 foot. Some of them had two cotton sacks. They fill one up and leave it laying there and go back and get their empty one and fill it up. Then they take off to the cotton gin with it, to the wagon with it, and empty it, and go back and get the other one and empty it. And grab them 2 more rolls, and they pick from this side to that side, backwards and forth. Mm-hmm.
Did they have to try to pick a certain amount every day?
Yeah, they had a certain amount they wanted to pick every day. They'd be wanting to trying to get 100 pounds in their sack.
Now, did they pay y'all by the pound?
Uh-uh.
How did they pay you?
No, that's how many they weigh the sacks. They get scales and they hang them sacks on the scale and they weigh it. And then when they go to the gin and gin the cotton off, then they pay you. I come home from the field and cook. They'd eat. Sometimes I didn't even get to eat because I'd cook and feed them, and then when I got to feed them, the truck was out there blowing to go back to the field.
Oh. You go back
I made sure my kids had done ate and made sure he done eat.
So you went back to the fields in the evenings?
Yeah. We worked from sun up to sundown. Sometimes we'd pick cotton by the moonlight.
At night?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes Daddy would try to tell me stories about how he learned how to cook when he was really young.
Yeah, he learned how to cook. So when he got up bigger, then he would be at the house and he'd cook. He'd put the beans on and cook them and stuff like that. But when I was at home with Mom and Daddy, she'd always send me home to cook dinner early, so when they got home they could eat and go back to the field. I was babysitting then. I'd have the food done when they got home. They eat dinner and go back to work.
Because some people don't understand when you have a big family, how you take care of the family, how you work, and do all of that stuff. And so what I hear you saying is when the kids get older, or when they get old enough, then they have to contribute. They got to help out.
Yeah, they had to work too. They get them a little old grass sack and put it around their neck, and they pick cotton too, alongside of you.
How young were they when they started?
So about 8 and 9, something like that. 6. They had a little grass sack full of cotton.
Every hand that could had to help out.
Yeah, back then you had to. Chop cotton $3 a day. Beatrice, a year after I was married.
And who was?
Junior was born in Matthews, Missouri. He wasn't born in no hospital. He had a midwife. Michael was born in Marlin. Yeah, Dexter Hospital. Yeah. That's where he was born at.
I remember you almost died.
Yeah, I did. I seen them.
Tell us about that.
Well, they had me walking around for 2 days, trying to wait on me to have him, and I never could have him. They said, well, they're going to have to take him. So they took him. Then when they took him, I almost died. And I could see death. And I could see myself dying, and I said, Lord, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I want to be here for my kids. I want to be here for my kids. And I look like I could see heaven. It's just a real pretty place, and I could just lay up there and I could just see it and stuff like that. And I said, Lord, I don't want to die. I want to be here for my children and stuff. And so I came through, and I almost died having him because he was foot first. So that was that. I didn't have no problem with nobody but Michael. Yeah.
So you said none of your children were born in the hospital except Michael.
He the only one was born in the hospital.
So were they all born by midwives at home?
Yeah, at home. Some of my had at home, and midwife wasn't even there yet.
Oh.
Did you pull them out?
Yeah, if she wasn't there yet, tell us what that was like.
How did that go?
How did that go?
Yeah.
It went all right.
Well, who caught the baby if the midwife wasn't there?
So were you like pulling them out
When he
yourself?
was born, I just set up and read and got and laid him over to the side until the midwife got there.
Guess they thought they did. Now, so Mama told me.
I was at home when Mama had her last child. I think it was the last one. I was there with Mama. I was about I forgotten now how old I was. But Dad was in St. Louis working on the railroad track, and my brother, I don't know which one of them were, they had went to go get the midwife. And I was there with Mama. Mama had her baby, and I was there with her. I was scared to death. I was trying to leave because I was scared. Beatrice, Willie, Floyd, Holly, I got it. Sammy, yeah, Loretta, Margaret, yeah, Sherrod, Margie, Tony, Rosemary, Shabazz, Michael. Well, all of them piled up in the bed together, and you couldn't tell which one of them was wetting in the bed and stuff. And I kept telling them, don't be wetting in the bed. It was cold in the wintertime, and they were wet. And I don't know which one was doing it. They just It was real cold, and the house, the way you'd be sitting up in the house, and the curtain would be, you can still moving back and forth like that. And it was too cold for them to be laying up there waiting in the bed. And I kept talking to them about it, and people kept doing it and stuff. And so they went in the bed so much until the cotton in the bed, it would just be wet and dark. And I'd pull that wet cotton out and pull some of the other cotton around the sides of the mattress over in the other part what I done tore out, because it was down to the springs. And I just kept replacing it. Every time they wet in the bed, I would pull that wet cotton out and pull the other cotton over in that spot. So it was real cold until it wasn't no cotton in the mattress. So then we had some old rags and things. I put the rags in there and they'd get wet. And you know how pee smells. You'd be smelling real bad. So finally I just pulled all of it out and got some, filled the mattress, washed the mattress, just some thing, and stuck some hay back up in there. Just pull that hay and put it up in there. Told them to sleep on that, and they were wetting on that too. But when you take that out, you put some, replace it again with some more. And it was cold in the winter time. Some of the winter pains had them fill out the house, and wind blowing through the house. And sometimes you wake up and snow would be on top of the cover in the bed. So that's what was going on then.
So did the spanking work?
No. No, the spanking didn't work.
They continued to wet the bed.
And they like that I'm hanging them up in a sack. That didn't work either.
So look, did you really hang them up in a sack? I mean, what did that actually look like?
In the ceiling. No.
That sounds like something weird would do.
No, they went up and they keep saying I hung them in the ceiling, but I ain't hung them in no ceiling. I didn't weigh over 100 pounds myself, and I hired them over. Put all the kids in a croaker sack and hang them up in the ceiling. How them over there, that was impossible. That was impossible to do.
But
They were
look,
just messing with you.
did you put them in the sack though?
They wasn't in the ceiling. They was in the sack, and I was holding the sack up like that. And they thought they was in the ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah, they was in the sack.
Well, you
But
did
they
put them in there.
thought that I had them hanging in the ceiling.
Oh, but you did put them in the sack.
Yeah, I put them in the sack. You know they great big old croaker sack with
Yeah,
all
I
them,
know.
all them holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of them.
Okay.
Look, how many kids were in the sack?
Hmm.
How many kids were in the sack?
I think it was 3 of them in there.
It's all because we just don't carry. No, we don't. We don't carry everything.
Lolo had cancer in her right hip. She had a white spot. It sunk like a hole sunk down in her hip to the bone. I carried up there, my baby up there to Dr. L.B. Payne. And he said wasn't nothing he can do for her. He said, you're going to have to take her to Columbia. They're going to have to amputate her leg. I said, no, they ain't going to amputate my baby leg. He said, yeah. I grabbed my baby off the table and I was running from Dr. Payne's office uptown in Portisville all the way to the house. I got almost to the house, I was out of breath. So I had to stop running and walk so I could catch my breath. When I got to the house, I was crying. Miss Young said, what's wrong with you? I run up in the yard. I said, Dr. L.B. and them said they're going to put me in jail if I don't let them amputate Lolo's legs. She's all, no, Miss Young got the baby, prayed for my baby. God is my witness for 7 days straight. So he was messing with Lolo's diaper and was messing with it. And he said, Beverly. He said, what is that saint that was on Lolo's hip? I said, what? I said, it's on there. He said, no, it ain't. It's gone. I was running there because he was sitting on the couch with her. I running in, looking, tried to find it. I couldn't find it. I grabbed Lolo and jumped out that back door and got some, Miss Young. Miss Young. She said, what done happened? I said, it's gone. It's gone. Hi-ya-ya-ya. See? I said, it's gone. She said, what you talking about, girl? Come here. I carried in there and I gave her Lolo and the Holy Ghost hit me, girl, and I went to dance.
Everything to Jesus.
What is one of the most painful memories that you have?
Painful.
Painful, yeah.
Ooh, well, my mom and daddy died.
Yeah.
That was it. My mama died first because he bought a tombstone beside her mama, and they buried it beside the side.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know what they died of?
Well, Daddy, he had an operation. I think he said he had a lung valve, and he had an operation, and he got out there and with the raising the garden and chopping the garden and stuff, and got infected, and he wouldn't go to the doctor, and it just rotted all out like that. Messed up. Yeah. Yeah, he wouldn't go to the doctor and get no checkup. After he done had the operation, so he just rotted on the side there. Yeah.
And what about your mama?
Mama had a heart attack. She died at the eating table, talking to Alberta. She asked Alberta, she said, can I go with y'all to the green patch and get some greens? And Alberta told her, yeah, Mama, you know you can go with us. She said, y'all wouldn't mind an old lady riding with y'all? She said, no, Mama, you can go. And she said, okay then. I was just wondering. She was sitting at the eating table with a Bible open, reading the Bible and drinking coffee. And so Alberta, she went on in the room in there and stuff, and when she got in the room and she heard a noise, bam! And she went running back in there to see what was what, and she was dead. And fell out the chair and was dead.
She went fast.
Time will bring, or in peace our heart will sing. Thanks to my
begin. We know that nothing can win. Let it out, don't hold it in. Say it loud as you can. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Ooh, yeah. We know the key. We'll make the dream become a reality. I know we will. Because our hearts tell us so. Now it doesn't make much sense. There ought to be a law against anyone who takes offense at a day in your celebration. 'Cause we all know in our minds that there ought to be a time that we can set aside to show just how much we love you, and I'm sure you would agree. What could fit more perfectly than to have a world party on the day you came to be? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I just never understood how a man who died for good could not have a David Wood. place in all of the hearts of people who believe in you. We'll make the dream become a reality. I know we will. Because our hearts tell us something.